Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you're all well. Now today I'm down at Lavernock and what a beautiful morning it is, absolutely stunning. I only ever fish here on small neap tides, personal preference, gotta watch the old rip you see. Low water is in around an hour's time, so I'll fish it down, fish it all the way up and probably an hour or so into the ebb. Just started fishing, 2 rods out there. On the one I've got a 2-hook flapper rig with size 1/0 hooks, on the other a 3/0 paternoster pennel. The ground is quite rough, so it's rotten bottoms all the way. Got the Ranny up there to my left. I fished up there many times. I've also fished to the right of Lavernock Point many times in the past, but this particular spot only fished it, I don't know, a few times, no idea why. I mean, to be honest, it's all the same area, but I just fancied coming here. Let's see what happens and enjoy the video. It's a bite first cast, guys, left hand rod. Ooh. Oh well, that's the blank out of the way. A little baby conger. He took the bottom hook on the 2-hook flapper on straight ragworm. Only a babber, but no problem at all. You've caught a fish. Had a bite then on the right down rod. Again, that's the first cast on that one. At the moment, I think there's quite a few small fish out there. As we're approaching low water, and also there's a lot of fish close in, but I'm not sure if they're bass or mullet, but yeah, quite a bit of surface activity, great to see. But yeah, the old rod tips are bouncing away, so always nice to get a bit of action early on, good for the old confidence levels. Oh, look at that left hand rod. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, bites. Had a bite on the left and the right then. Oh, let's take a look, guys. Let's take a look. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a better one. He's about 3.5–4 pound. I I had to wind fairly quickly then because obviously the ground's quite rough. Normally, you know, you pump and wind, pump and wind. Not here. You start doing that, it's a good night nurse, so you just got to go for it. Right, let's get him unhooked, guys. 2 casts, 2 fish, and quite a few bites. There we go, guys, look at that. It's gonna have to wait a sec because I'll tell you what, I'll see if I can find a rock pool. I'll put this other conger eel in, the one I just caught, and we'll address this rod. Oh dear, dear, 100 miles an hour. Yeah, I couldn't find a rock pool, so quick show of this conger. We'll pop him back in and I'll address the other rod, but there's definitely something on there. It's been going for ages now, but oh dear, dear. Yeah, this one, he's around, not massive, not huge. I'd say just shy of 4 pound. There he is. Again, the ragworm bottom hook of the flapper rig. Whoop, all right, my son, I'm gonna pop you in now. A few more seconds. I'm enjoying this. Let's pop him back in. Whoosh, like a rocket. Three casts, 3 fish. They're only congers, but hey, these days, when it comes to my fishing, anything makes me smile. Just nice being out in the fresh air. Absolutely stunning morning. Again, this one's a babber, and he's made a mess of my rig. Oh, I need a rest, I tell you. Roll on retirement. I've just given this one 100 lines because he tangled my rig. Now by this evening, he has to write out 100 times, I will never tangle Gareth's rig again. And he's promised me he's going to do it, so I'll believe him. You know, I think he's a fairly honest conger by the look of him. Yeah, he's an honest chap, and yeah, hopefully he won't do it again. Let's pop him back in. There he is. Again, not very big. Right, I think what I'll do now is start to put some bigger baits out there on the 3.0 Paternoster panel. Oh, that rod's going now. I give up. Right, on the right down rod, on the 3.0 Paternoster panel, I've just whacked out a whole squid and a whole prawn cocktail bait. So that may deter those small congers. Not that I mind catching them, no problem at all. It's a bit of fun. And on the left hand rod, on the 2-hook flapper, I put a small squid on the top hook, and the bottom hook is a big bunch of ragworm. No one about. I got the entire place to myself. The last video I made up at missed him. Yeah, missed that one. Pretty much bang on low water now. I was about to say that the bites have dried up, but the left hand rod is kicking off. It can wait a few seconds. I forgot to mention the bait earlier. I've got ragworm, squid, mackerel and some nice whole raw prawns. Such a nice part of the world this. Couldn't wish for a better morning. The wind is picking up ever so slightly, but yeah, it's fine. There's a possibility that it may get a bit blustery later on, but we'll have to wait and see. Nowadays, this is what my fishing is all about. Getting out there, taking it all in, resetting that mind, and usually when I get home, I feel good. I've been getting lots of comments of late from people saying that they're finding the videos relaxing, and that's really good to hear, because that's always my #1 priority when making a film or a video. You know, is to do my best in making a relaxing watch. Don't get me wrong, I try to catch fish too, but yeah, if I can make a nice watch, then job done. I'm no expert, but I do my best, I do what I can. At times it can be infuriating, you know, when the camera falls over or when the battery dies. I had a bit of a panic earlier on. I dropped the camera and it smashed into a rock, and oh! Left hand rod. Ooh. That was a hell of a bite then. Hell of a bite. My fault. Talking too much. Probably missed it now. Just going to tighten that line. No, he's there. There we are, conger number 5. Thought that was a nice bass then. Getting quite a few taps again now, so I think those congers are moving back down the channel. Old tide is flying up now. I can hear my dad talking to me. Get some mackie on, boy, get some mackie on. He loved his mackerel as bait. Good angler was Dad, he caught a lot of fish. A lot more than I do. Unorthodox, but good. Here's a story for you. One Sunday morning, he was cutting the veg for Sunday dinner. Cutting the swede actually, and the knife went through the swede and through his thumb. Lost a lot of blood, and he ended up having a plastic cap, you know, put on the joint, and that affected his casting. So that meant he could no longer overhead cast, and he had to cast from the side like this. And as you can imagine, doing that, you're never going to be casting far, maybe 30 yards max. But yeah, he caught a lot of stuff. You know, very often we'd be at a venue and you could see people looking like, oh, right down rod, guys. Oh, hang on, sorry. Missed him. Stop laughing. Oh, it's funny how it goes, isn't it? You know, earlier on, couldn't miss a fish. And now I've lost the last 2 or 3, is it? The obligatory miss fish. Riverside with me, it's gotta be done. Anyway, I was saying, oh, here comes the rain actually. Yeah, so I was saying that Dad, he cut through his thumb with a knife when he was cutting the swede for Sunday dinner, and he had to have a plastic cap put into his thumb, which meant he couldn't cast overhead anymore. He had to cast, like, do a side cast. So, you know, his baits were always very close in. He caught a lot of fish. So we'd often be at a venue, and you could see people looking at him like, what's he casting like that for? But very often he'd outfish everyone, you know. Yeah. I can't remember, guys, if I told you this story. I apologise if I have, but we were down Jackson's Bay back in the late 80s. You know, back then we fished off the beach because it was fairly quiet. Now it's really busy. And, you know, then you get plaice and flounder off there. Hard to believe, I know. And these two guys walked past us. You know, there's Dad with his cheapy old setup and his side casts. And they were like, oh, you won't catch anything off there. They were walking up towards Nels Point, you know, with their top of the range gear. Anyway, come the end of the day, end of the session, I think Dad caught something like 7 or 8 flounders, real nice fish. And they walked past and they asked how we got on. And Dad said, oh, you know, we've had loads of flounder. How did you get on? Oh, we blanked. Lesson learnt. Keep your mouth shut. Never forget that. And there they were saying we didn't have a chance of catching any fish off there, 20 yards out, bagging up on flatties. Fantastic. Great memories, great memories. Oh, it's getting quite nasty now, this drizzle. It's probably all over the camera lens. I gotta get one more fish after losing the last 3. Or last 2, whatever it is. Oh, yep, they are back. Oh, I don't know. Oh. Oh. I got the hook caught in my thumb there. I thought that was something else then, because it was keeping quite low. Nah. This small conger took a really big mackerel and squid cocktail bait. Unbelievable. They got such big mouths. And they're not shy in coming forward. I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to up my hook sizes on that big bait rig. Maybe even go up to a 5.0. Let's pop him back in. Oh, it was a good fish, good fish. That was a proper fish. If it was a conger, it was a biggie. But again, come off 30 yards out. Best one of the day by a mile. That's a shame. That was a good fish, nice and weighty. But there we are. We're around 2 hours off high tide now. In a second, I'm going to move to my right because over there's a bit of a ledge. I think I'll fish off there now for the rest of the session. Like I said earlier, it's only a small neap tide today, so there's no danger of me being pushed back up against that cliff face. I was going to fish an hour into the ebb, but I don't think I'll bother now. Up to high water, and that'll do me. Not even stopped for a sandwich yet. Those congers, by the way, they're back in big numbers. But on the Paternoster panel, I've got a couple of 5-0s on there now. At the moment, a squid and prawn cocktail, nice and big. I'm also going to put out some nice mackerel baits too. I've really enjoyed today. I can honestly say that. I'll be completely honest, sometimes when I'm filming, I can't enjoy the fishing because I'm too busy, well, filming. But yeah, it's been good today. There we are then, there's the mackerel head all rigged up. Now if I was a bass, I'd eat that. Like I said, I'm only going to pop it 7-10 yards out, if that, nice and close. Oh, and by the way, I just lost another conger. Even my shock leader is tangled. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Well, that mackerel head didn't do any good close in, so I've replaced that with a big piece of bluey and given it a right old whack. Just past high water now, and that rip is starting to kick in. I think I'll give it another 10 minutes and that'll be me done. I'll do my outro now, but of course, if anything happens between now and then, I'll let you know. I really enjoyed today, and I mean that. It's been a great day out once again. And look, I know it's been a bit of a conger fest, not everyone's cup of tea, but like I said earlier, we can only catch what's in front of us. And I've thrown the kitchen sink at it, literally. I've tried small baits, small hooks, big hooks, you name it, I've tried it. But look, they provided the entertainment for the day. They kept the rod tips busy. They kept me busy. I caught, what was it, 7 or 8? Probably lost 5 or 6. We lost that good fish mid-session. I think that was a conger, but you never know. So yeah, all in all, can't really grumble. The weather at times has been a bit ropey. Hammered down for about 45 minutes, or maybe an hour. But now it's absolutely stunning. cannot grumble. As always, thanks for watching, it's mega appreciated. Any questions or comments you have, pop them below and I'll get back to you. Until the next one, look after yourselves, take care, all the best.